Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and to another reaction video. Alright, today we're going to be watching another Patron's Choice movie reaction. This is Dr. Strangelove. Alright, so my understanding is this is a satirical film, so we should be getting some interesting comedic elements of a kind. It also is directed by Stanley Kubrick. We have watched his Full Metal Jacket on this channel and done a reaction to it, and I had quite a lot of thoughts about that if you want to check out that reaction. I've also previously watched The Shining, not on the channel, just on my own. Fantastic film, of course, by Stephen King, who obviously I am a fan of. So yeah, I'm very interested to see what this is like. I also believe that this is the oldest film that I've done a reaction to on the channel so far. I think the previous oldest film was Rosemary's Baby, which is 1968. I think this is 1964, so that would make it the oldest, so that's cool. And yeah, I'm excited to get into it. Now, also, if you guys want to have a say in things I watch in the future, if you want to get early access to reactions, full-length reactions, exclusive content, head on over to Patreon. I'm currently watching House of the Dragon Season 3 as a Patreon exclusive. If you just want to hang out on YouTube, I appreciate all you guys too. If you wouldn't mind doing everything that everybody always asks, liking the video, commenting, subscribing to the channel so I can get to 100K one day. Very appreciated. Let's watch Dr. Strangelove. Here we go. Standard position of the U.S. Air Force that their safeguards would prevent the occurrence of such events as, oh boy. None of the characters in this film are meant to represent any real persons living or dead. Okay, I guess we had to put that disclaimer at the beginning. Or else the US government might have not been happy with us. Interesting.
For more than a year, ominous rumors had been privately circulating among high-level Western leaders that the Soviet Union had been at work on what was darkly hinted to be the ultimate weapon.
Right.
Intelligence sources traced the site of the top-secret Russian project to the perpetually fog-shrouded wasteland below the Arctic peaks of the Zhukov Island. What they were building, or why it should be located in such a remote and desolate place, no one could say.
Like a James Bond villain headquarters? What is this? Pastoral theme. This is docking. Why did they make it look like a dick? You know what? This is some romantic music too. I really feel like this is intentional, isn't it? Or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. Right. It's certainly some romance music, like happy James Earl Jones. Ooh. This really makes me think that this is like an intentional, trying to make this sexual. The producers gratefully acknowledge the assistance of, okay. British Oxygen. Okay. Based on the book Red Alert. Oh, interesting. I'll have to look up the book after this too. I always like to do that. So I live not that far from a military airport. One of those giant planes flew over my house this morning way too low. It was so loud.
General Ripper, sir.
General Ripper.
This is General Ripper speaking. You recognize my voice, Mandrake?
I do, sir.
Mandrake.
Why do you think I ask?
Well, I don't know, sir. We spoke...
Quite the mustache.
You don't think I'd ask if you recognize my voice unless it was pretty damned important, do you, Mandrake?
No, I don't, sir, no.
All right.
All right.
Stay on the ball. Has a wing confirmed holding at their fail-safe points?
Yes, sir. The confirmations have all just come in.
The base is being put on condition red. I want this flash to all sections immediately.
Condition red, sir, yes. Very good idea. Keeps the men on their toes.
Group Captain, I'm afraid this is not an exercise.
Not an exercise, sir.
Uh-oh.
I shouldn't tell you this, Mandrake, but you're a good officer and you have a right to know. It looks like we're in a shooting war.
Oh, hell.
With nukes?
I just came in on the red phone. My orders are for this base to be sealed tight, and that's what I mean to do. Seal it tight.
But you told the Brits.
To transmit Plan R for Robert, to the wing. Plan R for Robert.
Peace is our profession.
Now last, and possibly most important, I want all privately owned radios to be immediately impounded.
Peace is our profession.
Might be used to issue instructions to saboteurs. As I previously arranged, Air Police will have lists of all owners, and I want every single one of them collected without exception.
So, almost sounds like he's giving the British officers orders. Uh-oh.
In order to guard against surprise nuclear attack, America's Strategic Air Command maintains a large force of B-52 bombers airborne 24 hours a day.
Uh-huh.
Each B-52 can deliver a nuclear bomb load of 50 megatons of all the bombs and shells used by all the armies in world.
Of course, this is no longer the sort of thing that's there's much different systems. Oh my god. This is one aspect of like military life I personally could never understand, but also I'm not a guy. Like just looking at porn, watching porn with a whole bunch of other guys around, like wouldn't that feel awkward to you? But I guess if you're in the military, there's never any time when they're not around. Maybe. F. Top secret. Let's go to F. Let's see. Wing attack plan R.
Major Kong, I just got a message from base over the CRM 114, and he called his wing attack plan R. R for Romeo.
Like, wait, we're actually gonna bomb?
I'm not horsing around, sir. That's how it decodes.
Well, I've been to one World Fair, a picnic, and a rodeo, and that's the stupidest thing I ever heard come over a set of earphones. You sure you got today's code?
Yes, sir, it is.
Oh, there's just gotta be something wrong.
It's like, there's no way they called for that. They're just sitting there chilling, eating their food. The guy that's telling them no horsing around is the one that was looking at porn. Yep.
Maybe you better get a confirmation from base.
I mean, you would want to. Be like, so base, you didn't send the wrong transmission, right? Because this is a little concerning.
Major Kong, is it possible this is some kind of loyalty test?
Oh.
Give the go code and then recall to see who would actually go.
Oh.
Nobody ever got the go code yet.
Hmm.
And old Ripper wouldn't be giving us Plan R unless them Ruskies had already clobbered Washington and a lot of other towns.
Washington.
Major Kong, message from base confirmed.
So now they're assuming that the U.S. has been nuked.
I reckon this is it.
Oh my!
Nuclear combat toe-to-toe with the Ruskies.
It's like, this is it. It's time to take off my helmet and put on my cowboy hat. Been waiting for this moment.
Look, boys, I ain't much of a hand in making speeches. Now, I got a fair idea of the kind of personal emotions that some of you fellas may be thinking. You didn't have some pretty strong personal feelings about nuclear combat. I want you to remember one thing. The folks back home is counting on you, and by golly, we ain't about to let them down.
Counting on you, huh?
Tell you something else. I'd say that you're all in line for some important promotions and personal citations.
Oh, good. That's what I'd be thinking about.
For every last one of you, regardless of your race, color, or your creed.
America!
This thing on the hump, we got some flying to do.
Like, I like how they're automatically assuming, first of all, that the commanders would never give this order unless it was too late and that U.S. has already been bombed.
Oh, yes, General Turgidson is here.
General Turgidson?
Well, this is his secretary, Miss Scott.
You're the secretary? Oh.
Oh, we were just catching up on some of the General's papers.
Oh my god.
Well, look, Freddie, he's very tied up at the moment. I'm afraid he can't come to the phone.
Paperwork, huh? In this hotel, in your bikini?
General Turgidson, a Colonel Puntridge calling.
A Colonel Puntridge, as if she doesn't know him by name.
The thing is, the General is in the powder room right now. Could you tell me what it's about?
It's supposed to be top secret. You're gonna tell her?
Apparently, they monitored a
He
transmission
is
about 8
Jesus.
minutes ago from Burpelson Air Force Base.
Burpelson.
It was directed to the 843rd Bomb Wing.
It's really just straight up telling this random woman.
He says he's tried personally several times, but everything is dead.
Fred? Buck? What's it look like? Are you sure it's Plan R? What's cooking on the threat board? Nothing.
Threat board. So who sent this?
You better give Elmo and Charlie a blast and bump everything up to condition red and stand by the
What?
door. I'll get back to you.
What?
Where's my shorts?
On the floor. Where are you going?
Mosey over the war room for a few minutes, see what's doing over there.
Mosey over to the war room? Where the hell
The
is
Air Force
this
never
place?
Buck, honey, I'm not sleepy either.
Bitch! He better not.
You just start your countdown.
Sir! What are you worrying about her? Pieces your profession signs everywhere, too.
The enemy may come individually, or he may come in strength. He may even come in the uniform of our own troops. But
Burpelson Air Force Base is a crazy name.
we must not allow him to gain entrance to this base.
Oh yeah, Looks like he's trying real hard.
Trust no one, whatever his uniform or rank.
I thought peace was your profession.
Unless
This
he is known
is...
to you personally.
Okay.
Anyone or anything that approaches within 200 yards of the perimeter is to be fired upon.
Anyone or anything?
Shoot first and ask questions afterwards.
Shoot.
I would sooner accept a few casualties through accident than lose the entire base and its personnel through carelessness.
Peace is our profession.
I would like to say that in the 2 years, I have always expected the best from you, and you have never given me anything less than that. The nation is counting on it.
He's like, all right, blah, blah, blah. Who actually said this? And based on what? Can we also go back to that general with his secretary? What is with this fancy hotel room filled with alcohol and they're like in pool, so clearly a pool, and he can mosey on over to the war room. Where are they? Top secret on everything with like all of these guys around.
This is your attack profile. To ensure that the enemy cannot monitor voice transmission, CRM114 is to be switched into all the receiver circuits. This will block any transmission.
Uh-oh.
Stand by to set code prefix.
Ready to set code prefix.
This could get so easily screwed up. OP...
Lock code prefix.
Code prefix locked.
Check all the destruct circuits.
All the destruct circuits checked.
Okay.
Target reference. November Bravo X-ray 108. Check. 12,000 feet.
Something rather interesting has just cropped up.
Okay.
Listen to that. Music. Civilian broadcasting.
Okay.
I think those fellas in the Pentagon have given us some sort of exercise to test our readiness. Personally, I think it's taking things a bit too far. Our fellas will be inside Russian radar cover.
Yet...
You listen to that. Chock-a-block full of stations, all churning it out.
I would find that a bit concerning. If we had been ordered
I thought I
to...
issued instructions for all radios on this base to be impounded.
Sir!
Well, you did indeed, sir, and I was in the process of impounding this very wide when I happened to switch it on. I thought to myself, our fellows hitting Russian radar cover in 20 minutes, dropping all that.
Yeah, so probably a good idea to make sure that everything is on the level, and we're supposed to be doing this.
The officer exchange program does not give you any special...
I see, that's why we've got a British guy.
Well, I realize that, sir, but I thought you'd be rather pleased to hear that.
Right!
And after all...
Don't we want to avoid dropping a nuke?
Please sit down and turn that thing
Uh-oh.
What about the plane, sir? Surely we must issue the recall code.
Captain, the planes are not going to be recalled.
Uh-oh.
My attack orders have been issued and the orders stand.
So you're not going to check in or anything?
Thanks, sir. That would be, to my way of thinking, rather an odd way of looking.
Yeah.
You see, if a Russian attack was in progress, we would certainly not be hearing...
Yes, we would certainly know.
Are you certain of that, man?
Yes!
And what if it is true?
What?
If a Russian attack was not in progress, then your use of Plan R, in fact, your order to the entire...
Yes, would be horrendous, world-ending, murderous, catastrophic.
Please make me a drink of grain alcohol and rainwater and help yourself to whatever you'd like.
Grain alcohol and rainwater.
Colonel Ripper,
Dude, no! Stand up.
it is my clear duty, under the present circumstances, to issue the recall
Yes.
authority and bring back the wing.
Yes, it is. So please do it.
I'm afraid, sir, I must ask you for the key and the recall code.
Oh my god, he doesn't have the recall code.
Easy, Group Captain. There's nothing anybody can do about it.
That's not true. You can.
Do I take it, sir, that you are threatening a brother officer with a gun?
A decision is being made by the President and the Joint Chiefs in the war room at the Pentagon. There's no possibility of recalling the wing. There'll be only one course of action open. Total commitment.
Are you saying that's what you want? You're trying to make this happen?
He said war was too important to be left to the general.
Uh-huh.
50 years ago, he might have been right. But today, war is too important to be left to politicians.
So you're taking it upon yourself to start a nuclear war.
The training or the inclination for strategic thought.
But you do.
I can no longer sit back and allow communist infiltration, communist indoctrination, and the international communist conspiracy
Oh, so you're one of those.
to sap and impurify all of our precious bodily fluids.
Our what? Our what? Not one of these guys. Communists are like stealing our man juice.
What's going on here?
It's George C. Scott. I didn't notice that before. I've watched some movies from the 80s with him, and they're fantastic.
Ripper,
Changeling. Jack Ripper? Like Jack the Ripper? That makes sense.
Now, it appears that the order called for the plane...
Appears.
The planes are fully armed with nuclear weapons with an average load of 40 megatons each.
We're going to have to talk about this bodily fluids thing.
I was under the impression that I was the only one in authority to order the use of nuclear weapons.
Yeah, but you know, we've got some rogue elements here.
I hate to judge before all the facts are in. Beginning to look like General Ripper exceeded his authority.
Beginning to look like.
Forgetting the provisions of Plan R, sir.
Plan R?
Plan R is an emergency war plan.
Or if Washington's destroyed.
A lower echelon commander may order nuclear retaliation after a sneak attack.
Right, so one psycho is out there claiming that Washington has already been destroyed.
That big hassle about our deterrent lacking credibility? Retaliatory safeguard.
A safeguard.
Human element seems to have failed here. But the idea was to discourage the Ruskies from any...
Without something happening.
As part of the general sneak attack control.
Well, I assume then that the planes will return automatically once they reach their fail-safe point.
No.
When the go code was issued. Now, once they fly beyond fail-safe, they the target.
Then why haven't you radioed the planes countermanding the go code?
See about that.
Well, I'm afraid we're unable to communicate with any of the aircraft.
Why?
That once the go code is received, the normal SSB radios in the air...
Because of paranoia, because they don't trust that someone else might not be the one to... I see.
Order CRM 114 is designed not to receive at all, unless the message is preceded by correct three-letter...
Which only Jack the Ripper has.
And that you will be unable to recall the aircraft.
However, we are plowing through every possible three-letter combination of code.
What? Why not just walk your asses over to General Jack the Ripper and force him?
Are you in contact with General Ripper?
No, sir, no. General Ripper sealed off the base.
Walk yourselves on there. Oh, yeah, he said to fire on everyone.
I have a portion of the transcript of that conversation if you'd like me to read it. Yes, gentlemen. They are on their way in, and no one can bring them back. I suggest you get the rest of SAC in after them. Otherwise, we will be totally destroyed by red retaliation.
It's just one lunatic general set up in such a way that he can lead to nuclear annihilation.
We will prevail in peace and freedom from fear.
Ah, yes.
And in true health through the purity and essence of our natural fluid.
Our natural fluid. All right, so we've got a lot of sexual stuff going on here.
Nice phrase, sir.
There's nothing to figure out,
Jack the
General
Ripper,
Turgidson. This
natural
man is
fluids.
obviously a psychotic.
Yes.
Well, I'd like to hold off judgment.
No. I don't think we need any more facts.
When you instituted the human reliability test, you assured me there was no possibility of such a thing ever occurring.
I think it's quite fair to condemn a whole program because of...
Yes, it is.
I want to speak to General Ripper on the telephone personally.
This is not a slip-up.
I am becoming less and less interested in your estimates of what is possible and impossible.
Yeah, you thought this was impossible. Slow down with the gum, too.
Are there any Army units stationed anywhere?
Look at him pouting.
I'll just check, sir.
Told you never to call me here. Don't you know where I am?
Oh, my God.
Of course, Bucky would rather be there with you.
Oh, my God.
Of course, it isn't only physical. I deeply respect you as a human being. Someday I'm going to make you Mrs. Buck Turgidson.
Probably there already is one.
You go back to sleep behind. Bucky will be back there just as soon as he can.
Hey, Bucky, bigger things to concern yourself with.
Don't forget to say your prayers.
Funny thing is, it's 100%, like, not just what generals, but a bunch of our politicians are exactly like this, like dealing with world-shattering events while they're having these dumbass affairs with these younger women and, like, acting like lunatics.
I want them to enter the base, locate General Ripper, and put him in immediate telephone contact with me.
Yeah, do something. He's gonna fire on you, but...
Under condition red, it is standard procedure that the base be sealed off and the base defended by base security troops. Any force trying to enter there would certainly encounter very heavy casualties.
My boys can brush them aside without too much trouble.
Oh, here we go.
In less than 15 minutes from now, the Ruskies will be making radar contact with the plane. We have done nothing further to suppress their retaliatory capabilities. We will suffer virtual...
So you're saying exactly what Ripper wanted. They're gonna decide it's inevitable and then go full on? That's what you're suggesting?
On the other hand, we were to immediately launch an all-out and coordinated attack on all their airfields and missile bases. 3 missiles to every target, and still have a very effective reserve force for any other contingency. 6.
An
An unofficial study which we undertook of this eventuality.
Unofficial study. Eventuality.
That we would destroy 90%.
I thought you said that this could never happen.
capabilities.
You know what?
We
Never
would
mind.
therefore prevail and suffer only modest and acceptable.
Which is what?
It is the avowed policy of our country never to strike first with nuclear weapons.
That was not an act of national policy, and there are still alternatives left open to us.
So let's stop wasting it on this conversation.
To choose between two admittedly regrettable. One where you got 20 million people killed, and the other where you got 150 million people killed.
You're talking about mass murder, General.
Yeah.
Mr. President, I'm not saying we wouldn't get our hair mussed.
Hair must is crazy.
Say no more than 10 to 20 million killed, tops, depending on the breaks.
The fucked up thing is, this is how some of these people talk about numbers.
You were more concerned with the American people than with your image in a history book.
General Turgidson, I think I've heard quite sufficient from you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, just chew your gum. Chew your gum.
We have the ambassador waiting upstairs.
Oh, good. Any difficulty?
What's with this table, by the way?
Am I to understand the Russian ambassador is to be admitted entrance to the war room?
That is correct. He is here on my orders.
He'll see everything. He'll see the big board.
That is precisely the idea, General. That is precisely the idea.
General's losing his mind. He's gonna be like, the president is a traitor.
Survival
Big old
kit
poker table
contents
that they're
check.
sitting at.
In them you'll find 145 caliber automatic,
Why do they all have this accent?
containing antibiotics, vitamin pills, pep pills,
Pep pills. Is that like speed?
1 miniature combination Russian phrase book and Bible,
It is miniature.
3 lipsticks,
Lipsticks.
3 pair of
Nylon stockings. No way, this is the person that the Russian ambassador.
I will have poached eggs. And bring me some cigars, please. Havana cigars.
It's like,
Try one of these Jamaican cigars.
Thank you, no. I do not support the work of imperialist stooges.
Only commie stooges, huh?
Exactly.
Mr. President?
We haven't been able to reach Premier Kissock on the Kremlin.
Try B86543 Moscow.
Yes, sir.
Our premier is a man of the people, but he is also a man, if you follow my meaning.
Oh my god. So you're saying it's the same situation as Turd Ferguson over here? Sorry, Turgidson.
Well, I'm sorry,
Mr. President, I think they're trying the number.
He's also with his little girlfriend.
What the? You sell you guy! What the?
Gentlemen, you can't fight in here. This is the war room. What is going on here? I demand an explanation.
That before.
Tried to plant that ridiculous camera.
Plant a camera?
This clumsy fool attempted to plant that ridiculous camera on me.
Gentlemen, this is outrageous. I have never heard of such behavior in the war room before.
This is completely uncivil in the war room. Cannot fight here. It is the war room. I've heard that before. But it is a beautiful line. I feel like it perfectly encapsulates what we're doing here. Oh, here we go.
Gee, those trucks sure look like the real thing, don't they?
I wonder where they got them from.
Indoctrination.
Probably bought them from the army as war surplus.
Like, you know, because capitalism would allow that.
Open up at 200
Oh,
yards.
No. Great planning, really. It's just pissing me off how plausible this all seems. Hey, you, how about we, like, beat the shit out of Ripper here and try to get that code, although I guess if he's crazy enough, he could just give a fake code.
And that you'll enter the conversation if I say anything that's untrue, but please don't tell him anything more than that. Alexei, please, I beg you.
Tоварищ председатель, говорит Садский.
Damn, they don't let me know what he's saying.
Be careful, Mr. President. I think he is drunk.
Hello, Dmitri. Do you suppose you could turn the music down just a little? Fine, I can hear you now, Dmitri.
Another piece of gum.
Well then, as you say, we're both coming through fine.
Great, this is not a waste of time.
Good that you're fine then, and I'm fine.
Get to it!
You know how we've always talked about the possibility
Talk a little faster.
of something going wrong with the bomb, the hydrogen bomb.
Holy shit.
Well, now, what happened is one of our base commanders
Has lost his mind.
had a sort of, well,
Mental breakdown.
he went a little funny in the head. Well, I'll tell you what he did. He ordered his planes to attack your country. Let me finish, Dmitri.
Oh my god.
Can you imagine how I feel about it, Dmitri? Why do you think I'm calling you?
Literally all of them just listening with their hands over the phone.
Listen, if it wasn't friendly, you probably wouldn't have even got it.
Exactly. Buckle down, bitch!
They will not reach their targets for at least another hour. Well, I'll tell you. We'd like to give your air staff the targets, the flight plans, and the defensive systems of the...
So shoot down the planes? Shoot down our planes?
We're unable to recall the planes, then we're just gonna have to help you destroy them, Dimitri.
I mean, what else, right?
Who should we call, Dimitri? The people... Sorry, you faded away there. Oh, you'll call them first, will you? What? I see. Just ask for Omsk information. I'm sorry too, Dimitri. But I am sorry as well.
This is ludicrous!
So we're both sorry, all right?
All right, we're both sorry.
Yes, he's right here. Yes, he wants to talk to you. Just a second.
Oh, man. Now we don't know what is said again.
Товарищ председатель, говорит Десадский. Да?
Da? Uh-oh.
Дураки. До свидания.
Uh-oh.
The fools. The mad fools.
Uh-oh.
What's happening?
He's gonna let it happen?
The Doomsday Machine? What is
He's gonna let it happen?
Device which will destroy all human and animal.
He's gonna do that instead of giving them the...
All human and animal life.
Why was the... General Turgidson like... Yes, let's just chill here while we hear our own soldiers shooting themselves to pieces.
Have you ever seen a commie drink a glass of water?
Yeah, I can't say I have.
Do you think that communists are not human?
I believe that's what they drink, Jack, yes.
On no account will a commie ever drink water?
Can't quite see what you're getting
Yeah,
at.
what are you getting at?
That's what I'm getting at, water.
You think that you could defeat communism with water? Is that what you're saying?
Why do you realize that 70% of you is water?
Okay.
And as human beings, you and I need fresh...
Okay, so he is saying that communists are not human.
Replenish our precious bodily fluids. Are you beginning to understand?
No, you're not. Because it's madness.
Mandrake, have you never wondered why I drink only distilled water? Or rainwater?
Or rainwater.
Have you ever heard of a thing called fluoridation? Fluoridation of water?
Yes, I have heard of that, Jack.
Dude, there are crazy conspiracy theorists that are all about this right now, too. Like this, tragically, this is relevant right now.
The dangerous communist plot we have ever had to face.
Fluoride is a communist plot. Well. What are you doing with your golf clubs? Oh! I see! My bad. What was I thinking?
You calling me, Jack?
Come over here and help me with this belt.
I haven't had very much experience, you know, with those sort of machines.
Mandrake, could you do me a favor and fucking do something?
Mandrake, in the name of Her Majesty and the Continental Congress, come here and feed me this belt, boy.
Like, the source of all of this chaos is right in front of you.
You see the string in my leg's gone.
Jesus. Mandrake is kind of
I never told you, we've got a gammy leg.
Gammy leg.
Yeah.
Mandrake, come over here. The redcoats are coming.
The redcoats? He's British!
So within 10 months,
oh my God,
the surface of the Earth will be as dead as the moon.
Our studies show that even the worst fallout is down to a safe level after 2 weeks.
Cobalt thorium-G has a radioactive half-life of 93 years. When they are exploded, they will produce a doomsday shroud.
Shroud.
Cloud of radioactivity which will encircle the Earth for 93 years.
Oh my God.
It is not a thing a sane man would do.
Okay.
The doomsday machine is designed to trigger itself automatically.
Oh my God.
That's an obvious commie trick, Mr. President. We're wasting
commie tricks. Oh my.
They're getting ready to clobber.
What? This man just fell and then did a roll.
But in the end, we could not keep up with the expense involved in the arms race, the space race.
And the peace race.
But the deciding factor was when we learned that your country was working along similar lines.
Mm-hmm.
And we were afraid of a doomsday gap.
Oh my God. A doomsday gap.
Proved of anything like that.
Oh.
Our source was the...
Oh my God.
Dr. Strangelove.
Like, Dr. Strangelove, finally.
Please, Mr. President.
Oh boy. This is a Nazi!
Last year, a study of this project by the Bland Corporation.
The Bland Corporation.
For reasons which at this moment must be all too obvious.
Then you mean it is possible for them to have built such a thing?
Oh my God. What the
possible for this thing to be triggered automatically and at the same time impossible to untrigger.
Mr. President, it is not only possible, it is essential. That is the whole idea of...
Right. What would be the point if you could untrigger it?
Fear to attack. Doomsday Machine is terrifying, simple to understand, and completely credible and convincing.
This guy is fucking insane. Dude, are you listening?
After that, they are connected to a gigantic
of computers.
A specific and clearly defined set of circumstances is programmed into a tape.
Oh my god, the acting, like when he's like...
All the information...
What kind of a name is that? That ain't no crowd name, is it, Steve?
Yeah, it's
whole point of the Doomsday Machine is lost. If you keep it a secret, why didn't you tell the world, eh?
It was to be announced at the party congress.
Oh, I see.
You know the Premier loves surprises.
It's supposed to be a exciting thing for the party. So they had to wait for a special event. Meanwhile... Dude, Dr. Strangelove is insane with the... I could tell you that.
Right,
Mandrake, why are you contributing to this instead of trying to stop this lunatic?
Jack, don't you think we'd be better off in some other part of the room away from all this flying glass?
No, Jack clearly is a fan of what's going on.
Salt, flour, fruit juices, soup, sugar, milk.
I don't like that this is so relevant to the modern day.
You know when fluoridation first began?
Don't say something stupid.
1946, Mandrake. How does that coincide with the post-war commie conspiracy?
Oh my god. Our precious bodily fluids!
Without the knowledge of the individual?
Yes, the individual.
When did you first develop this theory?
I first became aware of it, Mandrake, during the physical act of love.
Oh my god, because you thought that she was stealing your bodily fluids?
Profound sense of fatigue. Feeling of emptiness followed. Luckily, I was able to interpret these feelings correctly.
I realized.
Loss of essence.
This horrible woman was stealing my essence.
Not recurred, Mandrake.
But that's what the commies wanted to do.
Women sense my power.
See?
And they seek
I can't breathe! You know there are men out there that are really like that, you know, that really think this way. Like women and commies, they're after the same thing. Our man essence. Yes, let's surrender to our own guys. Great job!
Now, Jack, listen. While there's still time, I beg you.
You could have done this sooner. You could have begged him for this sooner.
Jack, not a bit of it. No, I'm sure they all gave it their very best. And I'm equally sure they all died thinking of...
They didn't die.
And certainly one can never be too sure about those sort of things. But you look at me now. Do I look all rancid and clotted? You look at me, Jack.
Oh, God, he's losing it. He was already insane and he's losing it more now.
Mandrake, were you ever...
Oh, God.
Were you ever a prisoner of war?
Yes, they did. I was... Jack,
oh,
jeez. Not a pretty story.
Well, what happened?
Oh, well, I don't know, Jack. Difficult to think of under these conditions, but... Train lines for the bloody Japanese puff-puffs.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no, I don't think they wanted me to talk, really. I don't think they... This thing is, they make such bloody good...
Oh, my God.
You know, those clowns outside are going to give me a pretty good going over in a few minutes for the code.
I mean, they're literally just other
Yes,
Americans. Why would you tell him he has a point?
I don't know how well I could stand up under torture.
Why would you tell him he has a point? Now he's going to try to kill himself and he's the only one with the code.
Me, you said, and I was feeding you, Jack.
I happen to believe in a life after this one.
It's like, so I'm fine with dying and taking the whole world with
you. Can.
Dude, don't tell me he can. He's going to kill himself. No one else knows the code.
Let me take that.
Mandrake, you are the most useless. And hope away. You're... Oh my God. No!
That's what we need, Jack. Water on the back of the neck and the code. Now, supposing I play a little guessing game.
No! Great! Meanwhile... On Cowboy Express.
Dear Soda Captain, I have an unidentified radar...
Uh-oh.
Continue evasive action.
Evasive action is not working very well. Well, I'm shocked you all aren't dead. That missile didn't do the greatest of jobs.
Give me full power.
Oh my God.
Peace on Earth.
Peace on Earth, essence, unity, dirt. O-P-O-E. O-P. So he's trying to figure out the code. And who we got here?
Away in here. Who are you?
I said put your hands over your head.
Maybe chat a little.
And I am Group Captain Lionel Mandrake. I'm General Ripper's executive...
Where's General Ripper?
Dead.
He's dead. In the bathroom.
Where's the bathroom?
Next to you.
Look at just all those guns. Like, oh, yeah, he's dead, okay.
I have to get in touch with SAC headquarters immediately.
I said put your hands over your head.
Dude, are you listening?
While he was shaving, huh?
What?
Now look, Colonel. Bat Guano, if that...
Bat Guano? Colonel, aren't you also here to try and get the code and stop this?
It's some sort of recurrent thing.
I mean, am I crazy?
For purity of essence.
Purity of essence, yeah.
Put your hands up on top of your...
Bloody march
Yeah.
there and set the whole wing to attack us.
Yeah.
Don't you know that?
What are you talking about?
What do you mean, what am I talking... What are you here for?
Blast, shot away, I expect, by one of your men during this ridiculous
What
fight.
are you here for, if not for the code? Alright, Bat Guano.
Start walking.
God damn it. Why is Bat Guano there, if not for the code? Does he just not know why he's there? Another utter failure of administration? Oh my god. They can't even get the code! They can't even get the code if they send it! Ah. Sorry, I am screaming too much, guys. I'm sorry.
I think the auto-destruct mechanism...
Oh my god.
Power is on.
Oh, that's James Earl Jones.
Grid coordinates 003691.
My harpooners, but they dang sure ain't gonna spot us on no
Damn.
radar screen.
That's not good.
The other way.
Where are you taking me?
Colonel, I must know what you think.
Great. What do you think you're doing here?
Yes.
I think you're some kind of deviated prevert.
What?
I think General Ripper found out about your preversion and that you were organizing some kind of mutiny of preverts.
Oh my god.
You just said. Now the president wants to speak to General...
Uh-huh.
General Ripper is dead.
So maybe the president should speak to him.
So the president will bloody well want to speak to me, won't he? There's a telephone box.
Think! Think!
Court of inquiry on this will give you such a prey. You'll be lucky if you end up wearing the uniform of a bloody toilet attendant.
Think, Mr. Guano.
If you try any preversions and I'll blow your head off.
Preversions. This is not the one with the pre-versions. That's the guy that was worried about the commies stealing his man essence.
This is Group Captain Lionel Mandrake. I'm speaking from Burleson Air Force Base with President Merkin Muffley in the Pentagon, Washington, D.C.
The president's name is Merkin Muffley, as in... I'm not even going to say it. If you don't know, I don't want to traumatize you. But if you do know, you know.
Just 1 second, operator. They won't accept the call. Have you got 55 cents?
Oh my god.
You don't think I'd go into combat with loose change in my pocket, do you?
They won't accept the call because of change.
Colonel, that Coca-Cola machine, I want you to shoot the lock off it. There may be some change in there.
I swear to God, if he is opposed to this because he's stealing...
Colonel, can you possibly imagine what is going to happen to you, your frame, outlook, way of life, and everything, when they learn that you have obstructed a telephone call to the President of the United States?
Sir, just go get a freaking quarter!
Okay. I'm gonna get your money for you.
God damn it, Bat Guano.
But if you don't get the President of the United States on that phone, you know what's gonna happen?
Whatever!
You're gonna have to answer to the Coca-Cola Company.
I'm sorry.
Recall code OPE is being acknowledged Roger by elements of the 843 bomb wing.
Okay, but that one plane can't get the code.
All other missions have acknowledged recall
No, that one plane was not destroyed and they didn't... Oh, God.
Premier Kissoff's calling again and he's hopping mad.
Uh-oh. Because there's still one. And they can't get the code.
Roger, confirm 205 per minute and remaining fuel 8790.
Just a second. Says that one of the planes hasn't turned back.
That's right.
He says, according to information forwarded by our air staffs, is headed for the missile complex at Laputa.
That's impossible, Mr. Red. I mean, Look at the big board. 34 planes, 30 recalls acknowledged.
Is that right? The big board says so. Yeah, they shot it, but it didn't go down.
He says their air defense now only claims 3 aircraft confirmed. The 4th may only be damaged.
Yup.
Mr. President, I'm beginning to smell a big fat cunt.
Oh no. Here we go.
This office lying about that 4th plane, just looking for an excuse to clobber us.
For what purpose?
Dimitri, look, if this report is true and the plane manages to bomb the target...
Yes, obviously.
Are you sure?
Look at him.
Dimitri, I'm sorry that jamming your radar and flying so low, but they're trained to do it. You know, it's initiative.
Yeah, who could have expected?
Look, Dimitri, you know exactly where they're going, and I'm sure
the ridiculous part of this is like that this is the enemy, and they just know each other so well, and they constantly just chatting on the phone like this, but it's too real.
Dimitri, there's no point in you getting hysterical at a moment like this.
You're both getting hysterical.
No, Dimitri, I'm just worried, that's all.
Well, yeah, you should both be worried.
Put everything you've got into those 2 sectors and you can miss.
I bet you can miss.
Doggone it, Sweet, you told me that you'd get me the primary.
I'm sorry, sir. That estimate was based on the original loss rate factor, not at 205.
I don't give a hoot in hell how you do it. You just get me the primary, you hear?
What if you just choose not to nuke another country?
Well, shoot. We ain't come this far just to dump this thing in the drain.
Yes, you have.
What's the nearest target opportunity?
Oh, no.
Sir, if the rate of loss does not increase, we have a chance to reach target
384, which is what?
Grid coordinate 003691.
Which is what?
Sir, that's the ICBM complex at Kotlas.
All right. Designating new target 3.
Maybe we'll get lucky and that's where the Doomsday Machine is, and they'll destroy the Doomsday Machine.
Well, we'll keep our fingers crossed, Dimitri, and remember, there's just one thing, we are all in this together.
Oh my God.
We're right behind you, Dimitri.
We're right behind you. We're all destroying each other, but we're all together in it.
All right, Dimitri. Is there really a chance for that plane to get through?
Why is he like...
The Rusky talks big, but frankly, we think he's short of know-how. I mean, you just can't expect a bunch of ignorant peons
oh my God.
to stand a machine like some of our boys, and that's not meant as an insult, Mr.
It was definitely an insult.
Take your average Rusky, we all know how much guts he's got. Hell, look at all of them Nazis killed off, and they still wouldn't quit.
Can't you stick to the point, General?
I mean, if he's really sharp, he can barrel that baby in so low. I mean, you ought to see it sometime. It's a sight.
Why are you excited about this? This is not the time.
Yeah, but has he got a chance?
Has he got a chance?
You don't want him to have a chance. Did you forget?
Roger. Ready for final bomb run check.
Bomb fusing master safeties on, electronic, barometric, time, and impact.
Bomb fusing circuits 1 through 4 test.
Bomb fusing circuits 1 through 4 test, lights on.
Bomb arming test lights on 1 through 4.
Of course, everything works except for their communication system where they could receive the code to not do this.
Indicators to maximum deflection.
Kong is also a crazy name.
Release first safety.
First safety.
Check bomb door circuits 1 through 4.
Bomb door circuits, negative function.
Oh! That's good news!
Backup circuit switched in, still negative function.
Phew!
Roger. Emergency power
This is good news! Unless they, try to, just drive the plane in.
Still negative function. The teleplex drive cable must be sheared away.
Fire the explosive bolt!
Roger.
Nope.
Still negative, sir. The operating circuits are dead, sir.
I'm going down below and see what I can do.
Roger.
What do you mean you're going down to see what you can do? The system is fried.
Stay on the bomb run, boys. I'm going to get them doors open if it hair lips everybody on Bear Creek.
Crazy statement. Hi there, Dear John. Quite the names. You always give very interesting names to our nukes. He's really just swatting at it with the cowboy hat. Sitting on top of a nuke. This side down!
Roger, 7 miles. Set GPI, accelerate, factor.
GPI acceleration factor set.
Target in sight. Where in hell is Major Kong?
Well, you opened it. Now what? What? Dude! Sir, it's like a rodeo. Is that what we're doing here? He's that excited? Well, nuke went off. He sure was happy about it. Never seen anyone that happy. Oh, God.
Mr. President, I would not rule out the chance for 7 nucleus of human specimen. It would be quite easy.
Of course the Nazis happy about this.
Radioactivity would never penetrate a mine some thousands of feet. Improvements in dwelling space could easily be provided.
How long would you have to stay down there?
Cobalt thorium G?
90-some years? Is that what they said?
Possibly 100 years?
Yeah. Close.
People could actually stay down there for 100 years?
It would not be difficult, my Fuhrer.
Whoops. What did we just say? Oops, I'm so sorry.
Nuclear reactors could provide power almost...
Oh, good.
I would hate to have to decide who stays up.
That's a bit too late for that. Oh, he's like, oh, I can take care of that. I can take care of that. I'm a Nazi. I know all about that.
And programmed to accept factors from youth, health, sexual fertility.
Yeah, our essence.
Vital that our top government and military men
of course.
foster and impart the required principles of leadership
You're like,
and
oh,
tradition.
interesting. Okay, I'm like, He's like, no, stop. Automatic reflex. I'm sorry. That was a mistake.
Prodigiously, eh? There would be much time.
Breed prodigiously. Ugh, man essence again.
The proper breeding techniques and 10 females to each male.
Stop. You're making them too interested. Stop being so excited about this concept. He's like, I'm so sorry. My hand, like, really wants to heil. Jesus.
When they go down into the mine, everyone would still be alive.
Oh, so they wouldn't know yet, is what you're saying.
Bold curiosity for the adventure ahead. Ha!
He's like, I'm not doing anything. Like, stop her! Just stop! Oh my God, literally choking himself.
You mentioned the ratio of 10.
Yeah, see, I was like, stop being so excited about this.
The monogamous sexual relationship, I mean.
The men are about to be like, yes.
It's, a sacrifice required for the future.
A sacrifice required for the future.
Service along these lines. The women will have to be selected for their sexual characteristics.
I must confess, you have an astonishingly good idea.
Yeah, what a great idea all these men feel about using their man essence.
In fact, they might even try an immediate sneak attack so they could take over our mine shafts.
Mine shaft space.
Extremely naive of us, Mr. President, to imagine that these new developments are going to cause any change.
Oh my God, what is he doing?
Be increasingly on the alert in order to breed more prodigiously.
Breed. Competition of breeding.
Mr. President, we must not allow a mine shaft gap.
Mine shaft gap. And this is our newest gap.
Monsieur!
I mean, oh my God. The end. Okay, guys, that was Dr. Strangelove. Where to begin with this one? Okay, so first of all, I'll just start with, like I said, I previously on this channel did a reaction to Stanley Kubrick's Full Metal Jacket, which presented a discussion of the Vietnam War, but also the American war machine in general. And it's interesting to take this movie, which was earlier, in light of that one, and just looking at the historical context. Okay, so if this movie comes out in 1964, that means it would have had to have been filmed before that, probably 63-ish or so. And you take it in light of the Cuban Missile Crisis and the concerns about the Cold War that had been going on at that time. That time in the United States, most people lived under very real fear of nuclear annihilation happening at any time. And then the Cuban Missile Crisis happens and it becomes so close to actually becoming a reality. And it comes down to the very last second and does really shed some light on how precarious and tenuous this whole situation is, where it really just comes down to a couple of people in positions of power and whether they're willing to talk to each other and how they're willing to talk to each other, as well as a couple people who maybe have their fingers on the actual trigger, who could be lower level individuals with their own specific feelings, their own biases, and what that could mean in the actual specific moment. And how, with the Cuban Missile Crisis, of course, ultimately nuclear annihilation was avoided. But hey, at any moment, like, what if it was different people with their fingers on the trigger? What if something had specifically also gone wrong and it didn't turn out that way? There was legitimate fear among the population of the United States and the Soviet Union, but of course the world in general, that we were all moments away from nuclear annihilation. So I feel like to make a movie like this at that particular time period, kind of satirizing everything surrounding this, was extremely bold. And they put that little disclaimer at the beginning about the United States government and the military says, of course, what happened to this movie could never actually happen. We would be on top of things, that this isn't a good or accurate depiction of what our soldiers and our generals and our president are actually like, or how they negotiate with people, or no, it's not a real depiction in any way, shape, or form. It could never actually go down. But, that is contradicted by the very fact that the Cuban Missile Crisis happened, that it came so close to happening as it was. And I'm sure many people who are in the military could tell you it's contradicted by their own experiences with a lot of people in positions of power. Even today, I spoke about the man essence and the water and the fluoride, and how, unfortunately, a lot of that is relevant again today with certain people in positions of power and authority who genuinely hold kind of these crackpot beliefs. And yeah, so you can look at a satirical account like this and see the truth behind it and how disturbing that actually is. But again, so for Kubrick to actually make this at that historical point in time is quite bold and quite impressive, because this would be something that I'm sure received a tremendous amount of pushback from the US government, from the US military, from a lot of people who at the time, just the general populace, who would have considered themselves very pro US military and view this in a negative light. Not Hollywood in general per se. I wouldn't expect from them, but from large portions of the US, especially because, when Full Metal Jacket was made, there would still have been a tremendous amount of pushback. But by that time, while the Vietnam War was going on, and then of course afterwards, that's when you really start to see more of a shift in the general population's view of the US military and our foreign policy and the kind of Cold War, the war against communism. And you see more of a shift of negative depictions of those things in media, whether we're talking about movies or books or TV shows. At this time, we were still much more in the kind of patriotic gung-ho time period, where I think there would have been a lot of extreme pushback against this. So it's very interesting to see, and how far he was quite willing to go. So yeah, in that light, in the historical context, it's very kind of cool to watch and think about the impact that this would have had on filmmaking in general, and social commentary, and satire of the government in general. The movie was quite funny. You know that the "you can't fight in here, it's a war room" is something that I had heard previously. Of course, it's a very famous quote, but to put it in context was quite entertaining. And a lot of elements about this. The way they were, the war room was kind of like it looked like a poker table almost. But even things down to, okay, the names of a lot of the main characters. Jack the Ripper, crazy. But then you had Merkin Muffley and Turgidson, and oh my god, what was the British officer's name too? But they all kind of had like some sort of sexual connotation to them, which really goes back to the opening scene too, which the refueling, it a lot like a dick, and it had kind of like a romantic music playing over it. And it's also interesting to think about that in light of the idea of the man essence stealing our essence, our fluids, and also just the fact that almost everyone in this movie was male. I think the only female character we saw, if I'm remembering this correctly, you'll have to let me know, was the secretary that George C. Scott's character was hooking up with. And the way she was talking on the phone to the other person, and she was calling him Freddie, and the way she was communicating, it sounded like she also was having a hookup affair with the other guy that she was on the line with. And how they were kind of just like saying all of this classified information to her. It's like, no big deal. And she was the only real female character. So, like, the only real female character in this movie is one who is super sexualized. She's this secretary, and she's, it's just very interesting to think of, like, the idea of masculinity and how it's incorporated into this movie. Because, a lot of it, of course, is just a ton of posturing. A bunch of men just posturing. It's almost like a dick measuring contest going on continuously. But then you also kind of have the British officer just not willing to go far enough against Ripper to stop him and to try to get the code out of him. And that leads them up to the ultimate destruction at the end. And so you kind of look at it in terms of, I don't know, I feel like if you look at both this and Full Metal Jacket, I feel like Kubrick kind of always has maybe a double critique of masculinity. And you kind of even see this in The Shining, of you want to critique the guys that are too obsessed with masculinity and displaying their masculinity and showing it off and being of like this uber tough guy. But you also want to critique the guys that are so weak and like won't stand up for themselves and like go too far the opposite direction. And maybe that's also with the president, the Merkin Muffley, so to speak. Yeah. And I don't know, I think that in the movies that I've seen from him so far, there's a lot of this. It's not like one clear critique of like one side, so to speak, but there's a critique of both sides. Yeah. So I do think that probably makes it work better as a satire, right? In that it's a satirizing the entire system as opposed to just certain individuals within it. And again, so they also do have it as a satire of not just the United States, but the Russians are satirized as well, and even the Brits, in the sense of you have all of these world leaders and they're supposedly antagonists, and yet they're doing the exact same thing as one another. They're playing these stupid little games and stupid little battles inside the war room, and even as the world is literally about to explode, you know the doomsday device is about to go off, and they're talking about having to go down into deep tunnels in order to have humanity survive. You have the Russian ambassador, the Soviet ambassador, still sneaking photos of the big board, and you have them still arguing about the what's it called, the missile silo gap, like the gap between the two. So they're still focused on this ridiculous competition. And it also almost makes it seem like this world politics is just a boyish competition between individuals who actually, are not tremendously different from each other. They kind of like each other. They talk on the phone as though they're old friends that are just in this stupid game, when the long-term consequence of your dumb political game is nuclear annihilation for the majority of the world, while all of you guys get to go live in these missile silos with 10 women per man and presumably try to repopulate the earth and have a good grand time yourself. Which I do think, again, it's not that far off from what most people would say is probably a pretty accurate representation of what goes on with a lot of leaders of the world today, unfortunately. I also wanted to talk about that in light of, what was it? I had something else on the tip of my tongue there, and now I'm having trouble remembering exactly what I wanted to say. But yeah, the performances were all great. Oh, of course, the cowboy hat. Because then you also have the individual soldiers involved who have been more like indoctrinated into believing all of this. So he's the most gung-ho USA guys are the soldiers, who are also the ones, coincidentally, that are giving their lives. And then, yeah. While behind the scenes, the actual leaders are talking to each other and trying to stop the common soldiers, who are only there because of what the leaders have done long term, but they're trying to blast the common soldiers out of the sky, and yeah. So yes, I do think it's a very smart satire that unfortunately is still very relevant today. And it was quite entertaining and quite funny in a sad and disturbing sort of way. But I can imagine when this came out, I can very much see how it would be quite controversial. Which is not surprising with Stanley Kubrick. But yeah, guys, so I would love to hear your thoughts about this movie as how it relates to the historical context, the historical time period, as well as satires that came after, political satire that came after, as well as today, a kind of modern viewing on it. And if you have other recommendations for me, as always, I'd love to hear that as well. So I'm going to wrap this up here, but thank you guys so much for joining me, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye.